The story begins with Isaac, the son of Abraham, the man to whom God made a profound promise that his descendants would become a great nation. Isaac, entrusted with this divine legacy, married Rebekah. However, their union faced a significant obstacle. Rebekah was unable to conceive. For 20 long years, they had no children. Isaac, with unwavering faith, prayed to God, seeking the fulfillment of the promise made to his father. If you find value in these videos, please subscribe and click the bell to stay updated. God answered Isaac's prayers and Rebekah conceived twins. Yet, even in her womb, the babies struggled against one another, foreshadowing the rivalry that would define their lives. Concerned, Rebekah sought the Lord, who revealed that two nations were within her, and that the older would serve the younger, a prophecy that would play a pivotal role in shaping the destiny of her sons. In time, Rebekah gave birth to two boys. The firstborn, Esau, emerged red and covered in hair, while Jacob followed, grasping his brother's heel. Their names were significant: Esau, meaning hairy, and Jacob, meaning supplanter or heel grabber. These names reflected their future relationship, marked by competition and an inherent struggle for supremacy. As they grew, Esau and Jacob developed into two very different men. Esau, a man of the field, was rugged and adventurous. He became a skilled hunter, thriving in the outdoors, and he was beloved by his father Isaac, who enjoyed the game that Esau brought home. Esau represented the archetype of a free spirit, a man of action who valued the present moment over future considerations. Jacob, on the other hand, was a quiet man, preferring the life of a shepherd. He stayed close to home, thoughtful and patient, and was deeply favored by his mother Rebekah. Jacob's disposition was strategic. He understood the weight of promises and blessings and was willing to wait for the right opportunities to get ahead. This favoritism from his parents only deepened the division between the brothers. One fateful day, Esau returned home exhausted from hunting and found Jacob cooking a fragrant lentil stew. Famished, Esau begged his brother for some of the food. Seeing an opportunity, Jacob made an unusual request. He asked Esau to sell him his birthright, the special privilege of the firstborn, which included a double portion of the inheritance and the leadership of the family. Esau, driven by his immediate hunger, dismissed the importance of his birthright, reasoning that it had no value if he were to die of starvation. In a moment of weakness, he agreed to Jacob's demand, selling his birthright for a simple meal. This exchange, seemingly trivial at the time, revealed Esau's disregard for long-term blessings and Jacob's ambition to take what was not originally his. It was a decision that would haunt Esau and set the course for future conflicts. Years later, Isaac grew old and nearly blind. Feeling that his death was approaching, he decided to bestow his blessing on Esau, a crucial affirmation for the continuation of the covenant with God. He asked Esau to hunt and prepare a meal, promising to bless him afterward. Rebekah, overhearing this conversation, took action. She believed in the prophecy that the older would serve the younger and wanted Jacob to receive Isaac's blessing. She devised a plan for Jacob to impersonate Esau and receive the blessing in his place. Though initially hesitant, Jacob followed his mother's instructions. Rebekah dressed Jacob in Esau's clothes and covered his arms with goat hair to mimic Esau's hairy skin. Jacob approached his father, bringing the prepared meal. Isaac, though suspicious of the voice, felt Jacob's disguised hands and smelled Esau's clothes, ultimately being convinced. Isaac gave Jacob the blessing meant for Esau, a powerful declaration of prosperity and dominion. Just as Jacob left his father's presence, Esau returned with his prepared meal, only to discover that his blessing had been taken. Esau's reaction was one of deep anguish and rage. He begged his father for any remaining blessing, but Isaac's words could not be undone. Esau, feeling betrayed, vowed to kill Jacob after their father's death. Rebekah, fearing for Jacob's life, urged him to flee to her brother Laban's house in Haran, promising that he could return once Esau's fury had subsided. Jacob's journey to Haran was transformative. As he fled, alone and uncertain, he stopped to rest one night and had a profound vision. In his dream, he saw a ladder reaching up to heaven, with angels ascending and descending. At the top stood God, who reaffirmed the promise given to Abraham and Isaac. God assured Jacob that he would be with him, protect him, and bring him back to his homeland. This vision marked the beginning of Jacob's personal relationship with God and gave him hope for the future. In Haran, Jacob faced both challenges and blessings. He fell in love with Rachel, Laban's daughter, and worked 7 years to marry her, only to be deceived by Laban, who gave him Leah instead. Jacob then worked another 7 years for Rachel. During his time with Laban, Jacob learned the pain of deception, experiencing firsthand the consequences of dishonest actions, much like what he had done to Esau. Despite the challenges, Jacob prospered. He grew wealthy, acquired flocks, and had many children, gradually becoming the patriarch of a large family. His journey was one of growth, from a young man who deceived to get what he wanted to, someone who understood the value of patience, integrity, and faith. Years later, God commanded Jacob to return to his homeland. Fearing Esau's wrath, Jacob prepared carefully, sending messengers ahead with gifts to appease his brother. The night before their meeting, Jacob wrestled with a mysterious man until daybreak. This struggle left Jacob with a limp, but earned him a new name, Israel, meaning he who struggles with God. It symbolized the inner transformation Jacob had undergone. He was no longer the supplanter, but someone who had faced his fears and grown spiritually. When the brothers finally met, Jacob approached Esau with humility, bowing 7 times. To his surprise, Esau ran to him, embracing Jacob instead of attacking him. They wept together, and in that moment, the bitterness and rivalry of their past seemed to dissipate. Esau's capacity to forgive and Jacob's willingness to humble himself allowed them to reconcile, showing that even the deepest wounds can be healed with grace and love. The story of Jacob and Esau is a profound exploration of the human condition. It reveals the complexities of family dynamics, the dangers of favoritism, and the consequences of deceit. Yet, more importantly, it shows the power of redemption and forgiveness. Jacob and Esau's journey from rivalry to reconciliation is a testament to the idea that it is never too late to seek forgiveness and make amends. Jacob's return to his homeland and the eventual establishment of the nation of Israel underline the fulfillment of God's promises, setting the stage for the rest of the Israelite history that unfolds in the biblical narrative.